What is going on, everybody? My name is Matt and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we've got a lot to talk about regarding ApeCoin. If you guys are new, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more daily NFT themed and of course ApeCoin videos. Let's get right into it, folks. So the first thing I know so many people are probably going to want to know is, hey, Matt, wait a minute. I thought you said you liked this coin. Why is it down 18% today? Well, like I told you guys in a couple of my last videos, the problem with a token like this is unfortunately we are betting on the idea that ApeCoin is going to be essentially a store of value for Bored Ape Yacht Club holders. But not only that, that people would want to buy into this as a tokenized form of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Now, the difficult thing about that is I think a lot of people have a hard time making that connection. A lot of people are equating this with every other meme coin, Shiba Inu, Doge, whatnot. Nothing wrong with those, but a lot of people are equating this with meme coins, and unfortunately, I don't really think ApeCoin falls into that same category. So on the day here, we are down 18% with a sitting price right now of around 950. Now, I did buy in at around 8, and I did sell at around 15. I recently sold just a tiny bit more as it did fall through the level of support that I was talking about in our video yesterday. So when we look at the 7-day graph, it's very easy to see that there was an attempted line of support that we did fall through, and it's probably better to look at over on the graph here. So as you guys can see, this is the very limited bit of information we have right now about ApeCoin. But before we go any further, guys, let's talk a little bit about my Patreon. I have worked tirelessly to make this the best NFT group out there. By joining my Patreon, you guys get literally an insane amount of content. You'll get a custom Discord role, direct access to me in a DM, full access to Matt's NFT dojo, crypto and altcoin trade signals, access to my exclusive NFT watch list, whitelist opportunities, priority access to my live streams, and so much more. To be honest with you guys, I think it's a steal for only $10 a month. And of course, if you guys would like to talk to me over voice in a voice call, you guys could always join the Emerald and above tier, which has that offered. Currently, there are hundreds of people joining the Patreon every month, and they absolutely love it. Link down below in the description. And of course, it is difficult to try to do technical analysis on something so volatile like this, but you guys can see we have our initial spike, which again, I never would have suggested to buy. You guys see right here, it's headed to around 40. There are people who even said they bought at $50. Folks, when that happens, you definitely don't want to buy something right as it is airdropped, because unfortunately, if you did not receive the airdrop or get in at the very second it went live, that's not something you want to do, because ultimately you are going to fall victim to buying at the very, very top. And when there is an inevitable dump to a degree, you will fall victim to that. And, you know, this has happened very, very often. There are plenty of tokens out there that you could look at and basically make the same assessment from. A great example of this, if you want to look at something similar, is LooksRare. This is a project that I like very much, but unfortunately is not performing all that well. And if you take a look at the initial data surrounding LooksRare, you guys can see it surges up to around $7, and then it takes a dump, unfortunately. So again, the difficult thing is trying to find trends like this before they happen. So when we look on a technical level here, again, buying at the very, 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 very high like this at ApeCoin is probably not a great idea. So again, you guys can see we have our initial pullback, which sends us to a little over $7. Now, after that pullback to around $7, we see a surge upwards to around 18. Now, the question is, where do we establish a sort of line of support? Well, based off of what I was seeing yesterday, I noticed that, hey, wait a minute, it looks as if for the most part, we're staying somewhere around 13, and most of these candles did stay above the 13 mark, but then unfortunately, that falls through, and again, you guys can see we head down with a high of around 13.2, down all the way to around 11.5. At that moment, the sort of ice kind of shattered, and then it is downhill from there. So really what you would have done if you would have been looking at this, what I wish I would have done is I would have set a sell order, a limit sell order for right around, you know, 1250 maybe, would have sold at 1250, and as it took more of a downward dive, I could have sold a little bit higher. But hey, that is definitely in the past, but I do wish I would have done something like that. So now the question is, where do we head from here? Well, there's a few different things that we could see going on here. But the first thing that I am noticing, of course, is the fact that we may or may not, sort of reapproach the initial dump kind of line here to a little over $7. So I would put a new line of support at around $7 if it is able to hit that initial dump spot that it hit on the 17th. If it hits that and then is able to bounce off of it and keep going and kind of head its way, sort of back up, that would be wonderful. And I definitely, would say that might be a decent time to perhaps get back in. But the worrisome part about all of this is if we fall through that. So if we fall through, this initial line of support and head down to, say, maybe 650, at that point, will we be worried about it heading down to $3, or could we see a very strong rebound? It's hard to say. So the best thing I would suggest is, of course, if you guys are looking at this, I hope you would have taken profits at some point while you were up on it, presuming you bought around $8, $10, whatnot. I hope you would have taken a little bit out at around 15. Now, if you want to, you could literally dollar cost average every day. You could take a look and say, hey, I'm going to buy a little bit of ApeCoin today, a little bit tomorrow, a little bit tomorrow, a little bit tomorrow. That way you wouldn't have to worry about the immediate price, but rather could be a beneficiary of ApeCoin's performance in, say, a month when they do execute on their roadmap / current set of projects. And that really is the major thing. So when we take a look at OpenSea, you guys can see Bored Ape Yacht Club is still performing very, very well with a floor of 98. It was expected it would not hold a floor of 107, and I definitely did not believe it would stay there for a long time. So again, we get some sort of notable pullback here at right around 98 Ethereum. Could head down to maybe 95 or 90, but I don't see it going all that much lower than that. So when we take a look at the ApeCoin Twitter, again, there is so much activity here. You see Snoop Dogg's tweeting about it. A lot of people here are talking about this, and obviously it does look as if these guys, again, have a lot of plans here in the near future. We have a little bit of community discussion here, talking about voting, staking, this and that. So there is a great deal of, sort of plans in the futures. We have proposals, and it will show, what I guess people are planning on proposing to the team. They have a little bit about governance, so you could read basically how the DAO works. And again, I do believe that this project is not over. I don't see, again, a tokenized store of value for the Bored Ape Yacht Club going down to zero. It seems very, very unlikely, because by buying ApeCoin, you essentially are buying a piece of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Again, this was airdropped to every Bored Ape Yacht Club holder. I personally don't believe this is just the end-all, be-all for this token. I do see it having a very strong run in the future, especially as I think more people begin to realize what this actually is. It's not a meme coin. It's not a pump and dump coin. This is a tokenized version, essentially, of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, because a lot of people got airdropped some of this ape token, and really what they got airdropped was just another Bored Ape, pretty much. And it's almost as if they took this 10K supply and doubled it, and now there is, more Bored Ape out there, in a sense. It's like they took these, cut them up, divvied them up, and gave them out here, which obviously is a very cool thing to see. So again, I'm definitely counting on them executing on some of the things that they have planned. But again, they have this ridiculously cool looking video, which I did show you guys yesterday. Obviously has incredible graphics, incredible design, and I do believe that they ultimately at Yuga Labs will do something with this ape token. And again, I don't think they would have gone through all this hassle if they didn't have a plan on doing something with it in the near future. So that's that. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you guys did, and check the Patreon down below in the description so you guys can see every single time I buy or sell ApeCoin, as well as every single time I buy or sell an NFT. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Matt. See you guys on the next one. Peace.